Okay, so good afternoon all. What we have discussed in the last session, I think we have discussed the SMB port exploitation and HTTP port exploitation, right? Am I right? Are you there? Good afternoon, Sandeep. Okay. All right. So today we will discuss one vulnerable server exploitation. As of now, we have seen some exploitation techniques we have seen as of now. So now what we are doing after all learning all these skills, so we are going to exploit one particular mission. Okay, so we have to perform the vulnerability assessment and we have to perform the penetration testing on that particular mission. So first I'll show you like how to perform all these things. Okay, then I'll give it to your mission. So first I'll share the mission link to you. So please download that mission. Meanwhile, I'll explain. Everybody, please download this vulnerable mission. Okay, so meanwhile we have one more topic is left in this metasploitable to exploitation. I'll conclude that now. So then I'll explain this sunset mission. So whatever I shared in the chat box, the drive, so please download that one. Is my screen is visible to you? Okay, so what is the command to discover all the devices in a network? Yes, what is that command?
Net discover.
Yeah, net discover. So what is TTL value?
Sorry, sir.
What is TTL?
It shows which OS is running.
Only for which OS is running or anything you will get?
Only which OS is running.
No, it's the ping. Okay, okay. So I asked you TTL, right? Okay, fine. So the what is the purpose of ping command?
Host. Oh, sorry.
Yes, yes. Okay, fine. So now we are going to discuss this port number 1524, also known as bind shell. So whenever you're scanning using the nmap, you will get here the ingress log. You have to perform the all port scan. Okay. So for this one, I am using hyphen p hyphen. See, this is a very on the service version also. Yeah. So this port is a very vulnerable port. If this port has opened in your target system, remember my words, no need to give any username and password. You can simply exploit the system using the IP address. So no need to, the performance like the time taking also for this one, it will be a 1 to 2 minutes only. Within 1 to 2 minutes, you can exploit your target system. No need to provide any credentials, no need to give any URLs, no need to go to the MSF console also. You can exploit the machine fraction of seconds. Okay, so give me a second. So if you perform this hyphen p hyphen service version scan, you will get the what is the bunch like what is the port name and all things. Okay, so I'll show you the command how to exploit that one. Yeah. So here you can see that the port number 1524. So here you're getting that is a bind shell. So directly you will get the metasploitable root shell it is. Okay, it is a bind shell. Port name, remember this one. If you are using a normal port scanning, you will get here ingress lock, but you have to perform hyphen p hyphen to get what is the original port name, that is a bind shell port name. So if this port is open, you can simply exploit your target system with a single command, that is nc netcat 192.168.0.102.1524. That is a port number you need to mention. Then this is a simple command you have to perform. Then hit enter. Directly you will connect the root metasploit. See, you are directly connected to the root at the rate of metasploitable to root connection. Who am I? Root pwd ls ls hyphen l. Everything you are getting. If you have any doubts, like you can use ifconfig. Here you can see the IP address of your target system. Is it clear? So this is a very vulnerable port. By being an ethical hacker or a security analyst in an organization, you need to monitor what are the unwanted ports are open in our server. If unwanted ports like this is a vulnerable port. If these ports are open in our server, what will happen? Anyone can attack our systems. Anyone can gather the information. So they can enter into the organization network. They can exploit every system. If one vulnerable they got, they will entirely lock the entire organization. Getting my point? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Anyone have any doubts in this bind shell? Okay, if you don't have any doubts, just exploit this one and let me know, guys. It's a very simple one. I'll give you exactly 3 minutes of time. Exploit it and let me know. Is it completed? Good, Sandeep. What about remaining one? Is it completed? Hello, guys. Are you there? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible. Guys,
Why?
please respond.
Okay, all right. So I have given you the sunset mission. So after downloading that mission, so it will look like this in an orange color. This is a OVA format, open virtualization format. Okay. So for installing this one, you just need to double tap on this one. So this one have some inbuilt settings. Everything will be there. You just need to double tap on this one. Automatically, it will import to the virtual box. So just double tap on this one. This is our target mission right now. Okay, so we are going to exploit this one only. So here the name will be there. That is a sunset mission. So just click on finish this one. So no need to make any changes. Just click on finish. After importing this one, you just need to check the network settings. That's it. Yeah. So just go to the settings and click on network. So just ensure whether it is a bridge adapter or a NAT network. If it is in bridge, click on OK. Then double tap on this one. Start the mission. So here we need to find the login credentials for the sunset mission. So I also don't know what is the login credentials for this one. We have to perform the VAPT on this mission. So for this one, first, what are the vulnerabilities as of now we have discussed? One of the vulnerabilities we have discussed the FTP vulnerability based on FTP, SMB, HTTP, SSH, Telnet, all of the things we have discussed. Okay. So now we have to perform the vulnerability assessment and pen testing on this one. So we'll go to the Kali Linux. Okay, all right. So this is IP address, PCS system technique. So first I'll find you what type of operating system they have been using. Probably it will be a Linux only. So ping I'll use whether the operating system is working or not. Okay, so this operating system has been working and we are getting the packets. And if you see here, the TTL value is 64. So it means what? If the TTL value is 64, what type of operating system it is? Yes. What operating system it is? Guys, I need a response from you. Then only I can understand your understanding or not. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Like I'll explain it one more time also. If you are sit idle, not talking anything, like how can I understand your understanding or not? So here we found the system has been working and it's a 64 TTL value. So now I'll perform the nmap scan. 192.168.0.104. So now you only have to explain that what I have to do from the next step. Okay, here I perform the nmap scan. After getting the result, you have to tell me what I have to perform. So here only two ports are open, FTP port and SSH port. So what next? You have to guide me that, then I'll go in my way only. So anyone? Okay. So Sandeep is telling that to nmap IP address Operating system service version scan you want to know. Okay, fine. So he is provided this command. Hyphen capital O service version. What about remaining? Okay, so he wants to know the hyphen P hyphen also. We'll see. What about remaining one? Anyone? Any suggestions? What is the next step? Why no one is responding? Dinesh, Rajan, Joshna, Raj, Satvika, Yesh. Are you guys are there or you left the class? Hmm? Yes, Sandeep. So here is the result. So if anyone has suggested anything, then I'll perform that scanning report. So just let me know. So what I have to do the next step. Anybody? Yes, anyone? So just let me know what are the vulnerabilities are there in FTP port. What are the vulnerabilities we have discussed in the FTP port? Okay, VSFTPD backdoor. Okay, fine. That's it. Or any other thing? So you're not practicing after the class. Okay, fine. So here I'm running the aggressive scan so that it will perform the basic scripting also. So here you can see we have a one more vulnerability is that is a FTP login allowed. So FTP anonymous login. Okay. So here we have a one file is there in the FTP. That is a one backup file is there in this FTP port. So first we need to log into the FTP port. Then we have to retrieve that file. So first I'll go to the FTP port, FTP. What is the username? Anonymous. Password, nothing. So here just type ls. So here you can see we have a one backup file is there. Okay. So if you want to open this one here only, it won't open. So the commands for the FTP server is slightly different. So what you have to do, you have to download the backup file from FTP server to the normal server, normal Kali Linux machine. For that one, you have to use the command called get backup. Get backup, then hit enter. So it will complete the transfer. So here you can see the transfer has been completed. So it is retrieved from the FTP server to your Kali Linux. Then exit from here. If you type ls in your Kali Linux machine, so here you can see that backup. Here you can see that backup. So that here you can open this one cat backup. So here you can see these are the credentials. So this is the username and this is the password, but it is in a hash format. Okay, it is in a hash format. See, after getting this one, you should not go to this sunset mission here. You know, should not log in here. So you have to log in it remotely only. So how can we log in remotely? Because we have a one more port is there SSH. By using the SSH, you can remotely log in. If you have the right credentials, you can remotely log into your target system. Are you guys getting my point? What I'm saying? Hello? Is it clear or not? Anyone have any doubts? Yeah. So SSH port is open. So first you need to find the right credentials. So here we have some hash formats is there. If you use this one, it won't work. So you have to convert into a normal text format. So that what you have to do is you have to copy this entire line. Okay. Just copy this entire line. So yeah, hash station, we have a different decoders are there. So in Kali Linux, we have a one special decoder is there. John is there. Hashcat is there. Hashcracker is there. So different things is there. So here I'm using the John tool for decoding this hash. Okay. So after copying this one, okay, copy this one. So create a one text file. So here I'm creating nano surya.txt. So in this one, I'll paste the hash. Okay, with a username, I'm pasting this hash. Okay. After this, save this one, exit from here. If I type ls, so here the thing is a surya.txt. So now you have to use the John tool to retrieve the password from this one. So here the command for using the John tool is John surya.txt. So I have already done the same hash. That's why I'm getting here loaded one password already. Okay. If it is a first time, it will take a nearly 5 to 10 minutes to crack the password. Are you guys getting my point? Okay. So now I won't show you. So you have to perform up to this. I'll give you exactly 6 minutes of time. Okay. So you have to install the Sunset Mission and you have to find vulnerability and you have to download the backup file and you have to copy that single line to your text pad and you have to use the John and you have to tell me the what is the password. Still it is downloading. So you have to tell me the what is the password for this one. Do it now. Yeah, you guys install that Sunset Mission in the virtual box? Installed or not? How many of you installed that one? Guys, I'm asking you how many of you install? Yeah, go on, Sandeep. What about remaining one? Dinesh, it's still downloading, installing. Okay. What about remaining one? Except these two people, no one is there in the class. Okay, Sandeep and Dinesh, install that one and let me know what is the password you got. Make it fast. Okay, so do one thing. After this session, okay, so perform the same thing and you have to make a report of that one. Okay, as of now, just listen to the class. So if already the password has been loaded successfully, so what you have to use the get the password. So use the same thing, same command, and in the last mention the double hyphen show so that you will get the username plus password here. So sunset is the username. Okay, so here you can see sunset is the username and the cheer 14 is the password. Okay. So Okay, so this is the username and this is the password. Whenever you got the username and password, you have to log in through SSH. So for login through SSH, we have some particular command is there. We have some particular command is there. SSH username at the rate of host. So if it is required, you have to mention the port number also. Okay, so this is the command to log into your target system. So as usual, SSH you need to mention, and here the username is sunset. At the rep host, suppose if it is a domain name, you have to mention the domain name. If it is a IP address, you need to mention the IP address 192. So sometimes only it will be a required, sometimes it won't be required. Just copy this one. Okay, so go to the Kali Linux, paste it here, then hit enter. So it is asking if it is the first time. Okay, so it will ask you the fingerprint, just type yes. So here it is asking the password for the user of sunset. So here I am typing the username is password is cheer14, CHER14, then hit enter. Got it. So here you can see we have directly connected to the sunset at the rate of sunset mission. So this is the process. You need to find the vulnerabilities and you have to exploit these vulnerabilities. Got my point? Yes. If I type ls here, so here I have a user.txt file. So I'll open this one, cat user.txt. It is just like a flag. It is showing that you have logged into a normal user. It is telling that it is a user.txt. It is a normal user. You are not in a root user. Getting my point? You are not in a root user. You are just in a normal user. So some commands you cannot execute like cd root. Okay, net discover I'll perform. Some commands won't work. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to escalate the privileges. So you have to go from the normal user to the root user. This is called post exploitation. As of now we have done the exploitation. This is a pre-exploitation. Now we are performing the post exploitation, which means after exploiting the particular server, you need to perform the privilege escalation. Okay, now you are in a normal user. So we have to go to the root user. If I type who am I, you are just a sunset mission, sunset user you are. So you have to go to the root user. Are you getting my point? What is privilege escalation? Yes. Anyone have any doubts in the privilege escalation? Okay. So now privilege escalation, what we have to perform? And does anyone have any idea about the privilege escalation? Anyone? No, no. Okay, fine. So first we need to check which one have the no password things. We have to check whether the sudo command is executing or not. Need to go as a root, yes. So first we need to check it is there or not. Just performing the sudo command, sudo. Okay, sudo ed is working. Okay, I'll show you. Okay, do it up to now. So connection error here. So do it up to now. I'll show you. So do it up to there. I'll let you know what is that. Yeah, we got the final flag of that. Yeah, got it. That is a sudo only, sudo hyphen l. So you have forgot to mention that hyphen. So here you can see that. Okay. So here you can see that we have a root. No password is required to execute the commands in the ed. Okay, to execute the commands in ed as a ed. So if you seen this one, so this directory does not require to execute any root commands. So here you can perform the things. Okay, so now what you have to do, you just need to type the sudo ed. Okay, so here you need to type any some random number. Okay, then type the /bin /bash, because this one not required any passwords. Then hit enter. So this is a command to privilege the escalate the privileges. Okay, so here we are just so we are getting the bash, so it's we are getting the root. So for the bin ed we are not required any root. So if you seen anything like this, you just need to perform one thing. So by using this one you can enter into the high level. Getting my point? So this is the privilege escalation. Then you can type ls. So go to the main directory, type ls, flag.txt is there. So cat flag.txt. Like this, you have to complete the mission. Getting my point? So this ed is like a line oriented text editor. So when ed is the first invoke, it will be in a command mode, so which allows us to execute the some specific command lines. Okay, so that's why we are using the bash shell here. So using the ed. So this is the escalating privileges technique. So is it clear for everyone? Does anyone have any doubts? No doubts. Okay, fine. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to complete it, this one, this exploitation. For everything, you have to make a report. Wait, I'll show you one report. So how to perform the thing. See, so like this, you need to make a report of this one. So you have to mention that what is the rating. So here you are mentioning the CVE value, you have to mention the CVE. Okay. So what is the vulnerability name? So the vulnerability is a medium level vulnerability, and this is the CVE value for the anonymous login allowed. So username. So whatever the things are there. Okay, whatever the things are there, you need to mention what are the vulnerability, what are the vulnerabilities are there, and what is the CVE value for that. So here you can see the vulnerabilities. This one CVE 2009 2335. Okay, anonymous login also have some CVE value, so use that one. And you have to perform, give the description, what is the vulnerability, so what is that impact of this vulnerability, everything you need to mention. So this is the report you have to make. So if it is, you have any URLs, you need to mention the URL. So if there is no URL, just mention the IP address. So here the proof of concept. So what you have done, you have to mention it in a step by step. So scan the network to find the IP address using the command called netdiscover. So here they are found. So you have to highlight the IP address also. Here the students are not highlighted this one, but you have to highlight every point. So after then they have performed the whatever they are performing, everything they are taking the screenshots and highlighting the important points. So here the highlighted points is, so the nmap scan, so which IP you are scanning. If your target, if you found any useful information, you need to highlight that useful information. I have told you that tool called Greenshot. By using the Greenshot, you can exploit, like take the screenshots and can highlight the things. Yes, getting my point. Then like this, you need to make a step by step. So here they found something. So after one vulnerability is completed, so at the end, you have to give the recommendations. So what you have to perform if you want to close that vulnerability. Okay. So as a penetration tester, so you should write a report like a penetration tester. So after that, if it is completed, one vulnerability is completed, so start with the second vulnerability. Suppose if you go to this Metasploitable 2, how many vulnerabilities we are having? A lot of vulnerabilities we are having, like HTTP exploitation, FTP. So for everything, you have to make a report like this. So I want a report for the Metasploitable 2 and as well as the sunset mission. The screenshots should be very clear and you have to highlight every point, whether which one it is important, everything you need to highlight. So here also you need to highlight the thing. So if anyone, if any non-technical person have seen your report, they can easily understand, so where is that vulnerability, what steps he need to take to recreate the same vulnerability. Okay, so everything you need to mention, the credentials, whatever the thing you are doing, everything you have to mention. Got my point? Anyone have any doubts? Yes. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay. So just note down the what are the things you need to mention here. So the vulnerability name. So here you need to mention the vulnerability name, not the CV value, and the description you need to provide. Impact, affected URLs, proof of concept. So these are the important things in a report. In the last, you have to give the remediation also. Please make a note of it quick. Yeah. Noted. Okay, Dinesh, you're completed. Okay, fine. So whoever completed, try to make the report. Okay. All right. So as of now, we have completed the server hacking on also. Okay. We have not discussed that Windows login, right? Or do we discuss that one? Windows login bypass. We have not discussed, right? Okay. Guys, are you there? Okay, I think we have not discussed that one. Fine. So now we will see the how to bypass a Windows login page. See, everyone using the maximum 90% of the students using the Windows based login system only. Okay. So if you forgot your password, what is the first thing you will do, guys? So you will take your laptop to the nearby service center, then you will ask the student, like a service person, to retrieve the data, so forget the password and I need a data of mine. So what they will do? So they will charge nearly 1500 to 2000 rupees just unlocking the password, and they'll ask you the time for 1 day or 2 days of time. Okay, so they will tell like it's just like a lot of processors, so we need a lot of time, like they told you. But actual process is just nearly 5 to 10 minutes only, not more than 10 minutes. Okay, not more than 10 minutes. So I'll show you how they are doing all these things. So then I'll here selecting the Windows 10. Okay, first I'll log into the Windows 10. Okay, so here I don't have any password, right? So first I'll set the password for this Windows 10. So here I'll type the password. Change your password. Secure password here. Add the password. So here I'm adding the password like admin at the rate of 123. Admin at the rate of 123. Confirm password. Admin at the rate of 123. Password is admin. Then I'll click on next. Password enter, don't match. Next. So this is a name Windows 10. Click on finish. Okay. So now I'll sign out this one. Lock. So here you can see it is asking the password. If I type the wrong password, I'm getting the password is incorrect. So now I have set the password for this one. So here the password hint is admin. So you have forgot your password. Okay. So what technique you have to use? So you have to use the technique called one application that is a Hiran boot. Okay. So you can go to the official website. Can type start searching for the Hiran boot. So click on the download button. So you just need to go to the last, and here you need to click on this link HBCD PX64. Automatically the application will be downloaded. Okay, so I already have this one, so here I'm stopping this one. Okay, so after downloading that one, go to the virtual box. Okay, go to the virtual box. So remember, before performing anything, you should turn off the machines. Okay. So now what we have to do, you have to click on the settings, go to the storage. So in the storage one, we have a one ISO file is there. Second one, the ISO file will be there. So this one you need to change. So after clicking on this one, on your right side, we have a one CD button will be there. Okay, we have a one CD button will be there. Click on this one. So after click on this one, here we have a one, choose a disk file is there, right? Click on this. So now go to the here and boot CD where it is. So it is there in my CS toolkit. So it is there in the system hacking, password cracking, here and boot CD. So just select this one and then click on OK, then start the mission. So it is just like an operating system which is intentionally created for the password cracking only. So it will take you into another Windows 10. So it will look like a original Windows 10 only, but it's not a Windows 10. Okay. So here you can see that one. So it is logged into the here and boot CD P Windows. So just close this one. Okay. So now here we have a, it's looking like a normal Windows 10 only, but it's not. So here we have a Windows button is there, right? Click on this Windows button. So click on all programs here. Okay. So here what we have to do, we have to remove the passwords. The password, all the passwords will be available in the security only. So go to the security, go to the passwords. So here we have a three options is that if you forget, if you want to recover the password, you can use the recovery password. If you want to change the password, you can change the password. If you want to unlock, if you want to remove the window page, you can use this one. So better to use the third option, Windows login and locker. Okay. So here you need to select what is your operating system name, account name you need to select. So here my account name is Windows 10 Pro. I'm clicking on this one and I'll click on reset or unlock button. So resetting the user password of Windows 10 and unlock the account. So I'll click on OK. It will remove the password. So here you can see that password reset has been successful. So just click on OK here. So here you can see that the password is blank now. Okay. I'll close this one. Then I'll shut down this machine. So you need to properly shut down this one. Otherwise, it may corrupt your hardware things. All right. So after resetting the password, you need to change some settings. Then click on settings again. Go to the storage again. So here and boot, just click on this CD button. So here you can see that Windows 10 ISO. Here only it will be visible. Just click on this one. That's it. And then click on OK. Then start your mission. Now it won't ask you any password and it will directly logged in as a Windows 10 user. So here you can see that. So it's never asked me any password. Just now only I have set the password. Now it's not asking any password. It is directly logged in as a a Windows 10 user. See, within a 10 minutes, we can change our passwords. We can remove our any system. So it will be useful for a ethical purpose and non-ethical purposes only. So you can perform it offense user and defense user. So like if you want to investigate any case, okay, so at that time you don't know the password of your Windows login, you can use this technique to remove the password. For the Windows 11 also it will be work. So if it is a main operating system, you have to make a bootable pen drive with the hidden boot system. It is a ISO file. You can use this ISO file for a booting device also. Okay, so here how we are selected like that only. So whenever you opening the system, you have to go to the boot settings, and from there you have to boot from a pen drive. You have to select that option, boot from pen drive. So now the operating system, the hardware, the kernel will boot from the pen drive. Then you will get the hidden boot software. So from there you can remove the password and entire whatever you wish you can do, remove that one. Getting my point? Is it clear? Anyone? Anyone have any doubts? Yes. Does anyone have any doubts? Let me know if you have any doubts. Otherwise, you have to make a 3 reports on this one. Okay. So first one is the Metasploitable 2 mission, and second one for Sunset mission, third one for the Windows login bypass. Yes, is it clear? If you have any doubts, yes, does anyone have any doubts? Can ask me if you have any doubts, otherwise we can wind up this session. Okay, so I think you don't have any doubts. So report, that's why I told you to take the screenshot. Sorry guys, like cannot share that one. That is our company's one. Okay, so okay, all right. So Mandira, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
It's
class is over, right? Thank you, sir. Thank you guys for the joining. Have a nice day.